All right, Algebra 1A students, welcome to part 1 of lesson 2-3. Today we're going to look at solving multi-step equations where we actually have to do something to the equation to make it look like a two-step equation from our last video or our last set of videos. So this one we add another step, and in this video we're going to add a step of combining like terms. Okay. So the first thing we have to talk about is what are like terms, right? What are like terms? And we talked about this a little bit in chapter 1, but just as a reminder, like terms are those that have the same variable pieces, the same letters attached, and the same exponents on those letters as well. Okay, so here we have 7a and negative 3a. Because both of them have an a, the answer is yes, they are like terms. 4x squared and 12x squared, because both have an x squared, an x with a 2 exponent, the answer is yes, those are as well. Here we have 6ab and negative 2a. One of them has an a and a b. The other has just an a. So the answer there is no, those are not like terms. And then we have here xy squared, x, y with a 2, and then x squared y, x with a 2, exponent y. Those are definitely not like terms because the exponent is in a different place. So totally different things, okay? So please make sure that you're aware of what like terms are, what that means, because in your practice problems tomorrow, you are going to have to combine like terms before you solve an equation. Okay, and here's what that could look like. If we look at this example, they're asking what is the solution of 5 equals 5m minus 23 plus 2m. Okay, so on this side of our equal sign, on the green side, I want you to notice that there are two terms that are alike. They are like terms. 5m and 2m are like terms. So what we have to do before we solve this equation is actually combine those like terms together. 5m and a plus 2m. 5m plus 2m makes 7m for me. And I still have this minus 23 attached as well. Okay, 7m minus 23. Now the other side of the equal sign is still a 5. That hasn't changed at all. And I still have an equal sign between. So now my equation says 5 equals 7m minus 23. And I really haven't done anything, right? All I've done is combine the like terms that are on the right-hand side. But now this looks like an equation that we can deal with like we did in our last video, where here I see I'm minusing 23, and right here I see I'm multiplying by 7. So I have these two things that are happening to my variable. And I can undo the minus 23 by adding 23 on both sides. That's what my property says. Make sure we do it to both sides. 23. And then the left side will say 28, because 23 plus 5 is 28. The right side will say 7m. And there will still be an equal sign in between. And so now I see 7m equals 28. Then to solve for m, all I have to do is get rid of the multiplying by 7, so I'll divide by 7. 28 divided by 7 gives me an m value of 4. 28 divided by 7 is 4. Okay? So I've combined the like terms, and then I have a two-step equation that I can solve by undoing the subtraction and the multiplication, just like we did in our last video on our last set of practice problems. Okay? I would like you to try this a couple times on your own. Here in Got It number 1, what is the solution to each of these equations? 11m minus 8 minus 6m equals 22. Negative 2y plus 5 plus 5y equals 14. Combine the like terms first, and then you can solve those equations for the variable. So pause the video, take a look there, and then come on back, and I'll show you what we should get. Okay, in letter A, we should end up with m equals 6. M equals 6. Because we end up with, 11m minus 6m's is 5m's. So 5m ends up equaling 30 when we add 8 on both sides. And so m equals 6 when we divide by 5. Over here, we end up with y equals 3. Should end up with y equals 3 there. Okay. Let's look at one more example of how this could show up in your practice problem set. I'm going to look at a word problem that involves a multi-step equation. Okay. So this word problem says Martha takes her niece and nephew to a concert. she buys t-shirts and bumper stickers for them. The bumper stickers cost $1 each. Martha's niece wants 1 shirt and 4 bumper stickers. Her nephew wants 2 shirts, no bumper stickers. If Martha's total is $67, what is the cost of 1 shirt? Okay? So here's what I know right now. Right now I know that bumper stickers cost $1 each. Right? I know bumper stickers cost $1 each. Now if I think about her total for what she's buying for her niece and nephew, I think I have 1 shirt, right? 1 S plus 4 bumper stickers plus 2 more shirts for the nephew. And we decided that all of that together has to equal $67. Okay, so I have this equation. Problem is I have 2 variables in here, but I know that the B variable equals 1. So I can just do 4 times 1 instead of 4 times B, because I know that bumper stickers are $1 each, right? So 4 times 1, as we know, is just 4. So I just have a 4 there. And then when I look at the rest of this equation, I notice that I have like terms here and here, 1s and 2s. So I believe when I combine those, I get 3s. Okay, so I have 3s. Whoops. 3s, and I am adding 4, right? 3s plus 4, and on the other side it still equals 67. So now this is something I can solve. 3s plus 4 equals 67. I have to undo the plus 4 that I see right there. I have to undo the multiply by 3 that I see right there. So the first thing that I'll do is subtract 4 on both sides. That'll cancel that out. Minus 4 over here. And I get that 3s equals 63. 3s equals 63. And then to undo the multiplying by 3, I'll just divide both sides by 3. That'll cancel it out over here, and all I'm left with is s. The other side of my equal sign, it says 63 divided by 3, which is 21. So a shirt costs $21. I'll put a dollar sign on there just so we know that that's what I'm talking about, $21. Okay? Shirts cost $21. So I took that word problem and I set up an equation. I noticed that there were some like terms, combined them, and then I could undo those 2 operations and get my answer. Okay? If you have any questions about solving equations after we combine like terms, or writing equations from these word problems, please make a note to ask me in class tomorrow. Otherwise, that's all I have for you. Have a wonderful night.